So in this video, we're just going to talk about the overall purchasing power, guys, of our U.S. dollar. Okay, so our U.S. dollar, essentially, we all know has been in decline. That's a fact. We all know that because of all the hyperinflation. We know that because of all the the dollar printing and debasing of the currency, right? So, in this video, we're actually going to talk about um, the purchasing power of the U.S. dollar. We're gonna talk about the potential of loss in purchasing power via each state, and why each state is going to vary based off of the overall devaluation, debasing of the currency of the U.S. dollar. So we all know, and it's a fact, that the currency has been manipulated and is currently being manipulated through every single metric that you see online, guys. So we know this. So, for example, I have a stat here, and this is interesting, guys. So your purchasing power as a 2024 based off state-wide metrics. Okay, so you're gonna have the uh, less valuable all the way to your most valuable states when it comes to a purchasing power, right? So we're going to use in this example, in this article, we're going to use purchasing power of $100, guys. Okay, so your purchasing power on $100, where does that get you? So we're going to take one of the most cheapest states that you can get in the United States, and that the cheapest state in the United States for purchasing power. So, like for example, how much house you can buy in the United States with the dollar, right? Uh, is going to be Arkansas, guys. Arkansas is going to be your cheapest state, followed up by Mississippi and followed up by Alabama, guys. These are going to be your cheapest states that you can get into the housing market um, for purchasing power. Now, there's some other ones, right? Like when I see in this article, you're going to be able to get another cheap state is going to be Oklahoma. It's going to be Kansas. Um, you have other states too, like Kentucky. These states, you're able to stretch your U.S. dollar, guys, tremendously, relatively to the states I'm about to mention. So the states that have the worst purchasing power in the United States are going to be any guesses? Pause the video right now. Leave a comment below. What do you think? What do you think the cheapest state is? And then what do you think the most expensive state's going to be? So in this video, uh, in this article, I'm going to tell you guys. So the most expensive state to buy in 2024. Pause and guess. It's going to be California. And then after California, you guys know the second most expensive state? It's New York, guys. New York is going to be your second most expensive state in the entire country. And your third, you guys know the third? Washington. Washington State, based off this article, is going to be the third most expensive state to buy a home and stretch your U.S. dollar, guys. Um, and then obviously, do you guys know the fourth one? The fourth most expensive state in the United States is going to be Hawaii, guys. That's wild. um, in this article that I'm reading right now. So, what does that mean, guys? It pretty much just means that affordability, is declining everywhere across the board. So when you start talking about like, you know, you know, blue states versus red states, I mean, there's definitely a correlation between the two, for 100%. Um, obviously, you know, quality of life is definitely going to take effect too. So I'm gonna name a few other states just to kind of like as 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 plugs because I'm sure a lot of you guys live there. Texas, Texas actually on this scale um, is not super expensive. So if California's an 88, right? So on this scale, and then on the Scale, Florida's a 98 out of $100, meaning it's you're losing percentages of your dollar. Texas is a 103, while Alabama is 112 on the scale. Remember, in the scale we're using $100, guys, as our like median, right? So meaning that for every $100, you're only able to buy in California 88 cents to the dollar, and then on Florida it's 98 cents to $100. And then Texas, it's $103 per $100. So Texas is actually starting to creep up based off this metric. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. I'll probably list the article in my YouTube video, but just give me a like, follow, and a share, guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. It's the times, guys. The times are changing across the board. Everywhere is getting expensive across the board. No matter wherever you live, it's all getting expensive. It's going to keep climbing because the principles that are in play, such as printing the dollar, debasing the currency, forever wars, and continuously sending money overseas and foreign aid and government bailouts and government spending, it's getting insane. You're going to continue to see inflation skyrocket because they have to. Inflation has to continue to skyrocket because they're not stopping the printing. The printing continues to go on and on and on. So when that happens, it's all basic supply and demand, guys. When you can continue to print a bunch of money, you continue to sit there and create more of something, an abundance of something, right? You're going to have people that don't want it as much or don't need it as much. And that's what we're talking about here with the US dollar, guys. And the US dollar, obviously, when that gets inflated, you're going to start seeing home prices, which we've already seen, continue to rise, and it's going to continue to rise because that's what they want, right? Home prices are going to continue to rise. That's why you see stock market prices all-time highs. You're going to continue to see all this, guys, because the spending habits that has led us in this situation will not stop. So just remember that, guys. When you start asking yourself, man, why can't I afford to buy anything? Well, that's why, guys. You can't afford to buy anything because it, I'm going to get all tinfoil hat on you, but essentially it's because the powers that be, they just don't want to stop printing. Because I'm sure these people that are like, a part of these like special interest groups and stuff like that, I'm sure these people are getting some under the table deal. They're getting some type of, payout when these bills and these programs that come into effect. I'm 100% sure that people's backs are getting scratched. People are getting money under the table to approve, and I'm talking about the politicians. And then it funnels through the politicians. The politicians vote on these bills and these programs. They get passed, and then these companies get all this money, guys. So remember that when you're like, man, why can't I afford anything? You can't afford anything because they continue to print the money. They continue to overprint the money. And then meanwhile, like you and me and everybody else, we're over here trying to work for money. Meanwhile, they're printing money, guys. I've never really understood that. It's always kind of been, you know, comical that they have people working a 9-to-5 job. People are working 9-to-5 jobs or trying to start side hustles and, and businesses and stuff like that. But meanwhile, like the elites are over here just like coercing politicians to vote on bills and getting massive billion-dollar grants and sending money to offshore accounts and offshore, entities, and then funneling the money back into their LLC, into their personal bank accounts. To me, I think it's crazy. It's laundering, gone mad. But again, let me know what you think below. Like, follow, share, and please, please, please subscribe. It helps my channel a lot. I'm starting a new channel, so I'm trying to get all my subs aligned and trying to narrow down the type of content I'm be providing for you guys. Like I said, I did a poll a few days ago, and a lot of people want me to cover news and aliens. So we'll see what I end up covering. But yeah, just give me a like, follow, and a share, guys. I'd appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I'll talk to you guys later. Okay? Peace out.